Welcome back. This is the final installation of Program 6b. Two remaining things. One is we need to print a message whenever the input file cannot be opened. If you go back to the key program that I gave you, we can run it and see what happens when I do not have an input file. So we're going to run it. And we're going to enter the name of a file that we know does not exist. So anything, no such file. And when that happens, we get this error message. So our program must produce the error message. So why don't we copy the error message as it comes out. Remember, your program has to mimic or act the same as the key program. So let's go to our code. And let's go to where we open the file. Alright, remember we said we were going to leave this out. We're going to leave this out until we found it. So let's put it in now. How do we tell that something isn't open? Well, we said we can tell by doing the fail. So nf.fail, what does that mean? It means the previous operation we attempted was unsuccessful. If that's the case, then what do we want to do? Well, let's just go ahead and assume there's more than one thing we want to do. Let's put a block around this. And what did we say we had to do? We had to see out a string that looks like this. The part we have on the line above is pretty much the label. We've got to put file name and finish it off with a single quote. Is there a period? Let's double check. Bad. Okay, there is no period, so we're good. Okay, so all we've done is handled the one case. Alright. Oh, what's the other thing we have to do? We have to stop the program. How do we stop the program? We call the exit function, pass it 1. Which is to say, if I cannot open the file, there should be no more activity. So let's give this a swing. Let's try to run it. Bad. So now we're going to compile again. Okay, got a naming error. Okay, so I made a mistake up here. It's file name. Let's try to compile it again. Hit compile and try to run it. And let's go ahead and say no such file. And fatal error, cannot open this file. And what else do we do? The program terminates. So we have one remaining thing to do, and that is to handle the formatting of the meter readings. If we go back to the assignment, it says the meter readings look like this. Count the X's. How many do you see? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Notice that after the word initial, there are how many spaces? It looks like 1, 2 spaces. Alright, 2 spaces. So let's get the meter readings. Go back and fix the meter readings. Okay, here's the meter reading. And what's missing? We have the field width correct. Alright? So what's missing? We need to set fill to make sure there are leading zeros when necessary. Set fill to be the character 0. And before we finish, we need to make sure that we set fill do it this way. Set it back to the space. Otherwise, wherever there's a field width, it'll fill in with zeros, which we do not want. And let's see how this is going to work. Go back, compile again, run it again, and we're going to use the file customer. Customer. And we get it. And notice that our outputs now have leading zeros. It's 8 digits, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. And it looks like we have completed the assignment. Okay? Quick review. What did we do? We started very slowly. We began with our algorithm. We inserted it into our program and built it as comments. Later, we used the algorithm to complete sections of it. We worked on the sections that were easier to complete. Second thing we did, as far as reading inputs, we said we want to ensure that the inputs are read correctly. Therefore, the first time we read inputs, we will echo them or print them out again to verify that we have read them. We also said, let's solve a simple version of the program. In this case, the program has two faces. One is when you use a file, when you do not. So we solved the problem first when the inputs came from the keyboard. And you notice that the same solution that you had from the keyboard worked pretty much with the file. Finally, we took some of the detail away. The error handling, we said, let's wait till the end to incorporate it. And we also put the final touches on formatting at the end. Now, this process seemed to take a long time, but this is probably less than an hour's worth of work that you see me doing. If you follow the same steps, it should considerably reduce the time that it takes you to complete a program.